The important thing to remember right now, my gorgeous Pisces, this is what you need to remember. This is just a temporary distraction of what is going to be happening at the beginning of this week. This is just a temporary, and the key word is distraction. What is actually going to take place and what is going to happen to you at the beginning of this week. Nothing horrible, nothing scary, nothing nasty, but you are going to hear something which you're really not going to like. And what are you going to hear? You're gonna like pretty much, so it's gonna make you feel extremely indecisive with something that you wanted to do for such a long time. So this is gonna kind of scare you just a little bit, but what you need to understand that now it's time to stand true to yourself. Stay true to yourself. You need to stay true to yourself. This is a little challenge that you're going through, and at the end of the day, later on in few months time, you're gonna be laughing at yourself. You are going to be laughing at yourself, and you're going to be thinking how much this particular part of your life actually affected you. You're going to be laughing because you will see that it was absolutely nothing, and this in itself, it's to do with some kind of a gossip. How else can I explain this? Some kind of stupid information, weird information, ridiculous information, and the bottom line is that this in itself, it's a gossip, and this is really gonna, for some reason, this is really gonna kind of scare you, and it's going to throw you out of balance just a little bit, you know. But then at the same time, you must ignore this as much as you can, because you know you don't want to end up making unwise plans. For some reason, this gossip and this like a sense of fear is gonna be pushing you towards like some kind of like a really pretty much so an impulsive mistake that you would regret very, very soon after this moment in time. So you're gonna feel like you want to this is gonna be pushing you towards doing something really, really unwise, but you will know that this in itself, it's like kind of like unwise to start with. What else can I say? And that in itself means, my gorgeous Piscelini, that this in itself, it's going to create just a bit of an obstacle here. And only couple of days later, you are gonna come across this situation. Some bastard is gonna wind you up like there is no tomorrow. Your opinions about certain things are like, oh my god, crazy. You are like in Hawaii and that person is in Russia. You know, you're in Thailand and that person is in France. You know, your opinions couldn't be far apart. And I said this many times. Do not waste your energy with the people who don't mean anything to you. Okay? Absolutely do not waste your energy. Do not waste your don't waste your energy whatsoever. But what you need to understand, this in itself is quite important. And I'm saying to you, just couple of days after this, what I said, after this temporary distraction, couple of days after that moment in time, you're going to come across this person and you two are going to be talking very intensely about something. But, you know, your opinions are going to be so far apart. And there is absolutely no point to waste your energy on to waste your time on this person whatsoever. But there is a big, massive, huge, giant but. Big, massive, giant but is that you still have to put your point across. I will tell you why this is so important. You still have to stand up for your beliefs, okay? And you have to have a confidence, and you need to put your point across, and you need to challenge someone. But then again, at the same time, you know, you need to understand that you just have to really stand up for yourself, and you have to stand up for your beliefs, which means that you do have to be honest. You must be honest. You have to be honest. Even if this person doesn't mean absolutely anything to you, it is nothing to do with that person. It's to do with you. It's to do with your life. It's to do with your soul purpose. It's to do with your spiritual journey and what you are actually going to understand and realize about yourself by being honest. Because you're going to realize, you know what? You're going to realize, oh my God, you're going to realize exactly what is making you unhappy. You're going to realize exactly what is making you feel lonely. And even more so, on top of that, because you stand up for yourself, it's going to create such a powerful and magical moment, which is clearly going to show you what exactly alteration do you need to make at this stage of your life in order to start the process of change. And this alteration is going to be different. It's going to be like connected to something, like you're doing something that you never thought that you're going to be doing at this stage of your life, but it is, I'm afraid, going to become absolutely imminent. Nothing scary, nothing horrible. You know, this is only going to, this is, you see why standing up for yourself, and this is all what you're going to do by being honest. Okay, because you just stand up for yourself with what you were talking about. But this in itself is going to start this process where you are going to start seeing things crystal clear. On one hand, you're going to realize how different you are. And then you're going to realize, well, I'm different. My life is bound to be different. My life is meant to be different. And this is going to create this magical moment where you're going to reconnect with yourself, with a dream that you had so many years ago. And you're going to realize, oh my God, I still want the same thing. What was happening to me all this time? So now, baby, you're returning home. You're coming home to yourself. This is brilliant. And all you needed to have such a breakthrough is just maybe being honest and putting your foot down, maybe with someone who is extremely like a bad energy person, somebody who's very kind of dominating, and somebody who's horrible, and somebody who doesn't need to do much, and that particular person has got a negative effect on other people without even doing anything. And this is a bad energy that I'm talking about. So this was like a bit of a challenge in itself, but that's needed. The bigger challenge it is, the more crystal clear you're going to see things. And this is so important because, you know, my gorgeous Pisces, it's going to lead towards you like really, you know, some kind of doubts and suspicion are also going to be confirmed to you at the same time. Why did you feel that your life was so incomplete, especially within the last 4 months? You felt so intensely like something is missing, but at the same time you felt like something is coming. So this is only going to confirm your doubts and your suspicions, you know, and I shouldn't maybe call them doubt and suspicions. It's more like basically like a guiding light at this stage of your life along the way. It's like, oh my God. And then also, my gorgeous Pisces is still at around the beginning of this week. You know, you are going to talk to someone very kind of important to you, somebody very close to you. You're going to be talking like to your friend or family member, someone who you really get on with, but also someone who's very spiritual, but maybe doesn't really show in that particular way. Maybe this particular person is spiritual, they understand things spiritual and all that, but they just don't talk about it. They don't apply this to their life as such, but they are kind of like a really kind of feeling things, but maybe sometimes they don't give enough credit to themselves, how much they actually understand, bless their heart, but they do understand. This particular person understands a lot about life, but they don't actually give it out in that particular way. But then you are going to have an important conversation with that someone who's very close to you, and that person is connected to number 3 somehow, number 3, and that person is very close to you, and through this person, you know, you're also going to have like a kind of very important conversation. You're going to be kind of talking about what is on your mind, and then suddenly, you know, what you're going to actually realize is that person is going to tell you exactly how to overcome some kind of a challenge. And it's not like about like what exactly do you need to do, but it's more about what do you need to use. It's all about like using your practical knowledge. That's the only way. Using your practical knowledge, you will really kind of like overcome the challenge that you are going to be talking to that person about, and that person is going to highlight this. And because it's someone who means to you so much, and sometimes the people who like kind of are in our lives, they kind of sometimes know us more and understand us more than we understand ourselves. So this is someone who understands you really well, and we need these gorgeous angels and spirit guides in our lives, because at the time when it's really, really dark, they do shine the light right in front of us, because it's almost like an extended parts of our ourselves, like kind of like when we're in the midst of a little bit of darkness and we are not too sure which way to go. They know, they understand. So it's only about something being highlighted, some kind of a skill or some kind of practical knowledge of yours that you needed, that you wanted this to be highlighted. You wanted this to be highlighted because this is to do with a very sacred part of you that is so unique to everybody else, my gorgeous Pisces. Ooh, gosh. Something just fell, something just fell, something just fell, something just fell. What does it mean? What does it mean? What does it mean? What does it mean? It's highlighting what I just said. 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 This is gonna make an impact to your life, like oh my god, like oh my god, like oh my god, like oh my god, like oh my god. Pisceline, 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 pam pam para pam 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 para. Raise your vibration, my gorgeous Pisceline. Raise your vibration. By the time you get to the meat part of this week, my gorgeous Pisceline, I'm so happy, I'm so happy, and I'm so happy. It's a fantastic news you're going to have, and this in itself, it's going to make you feel so good. It's to do with a particular accomplishment. Oh my God, this is a very, very personal. This is a very, very personal. So at around the midweek, a fantastic news about some kind of accomplishment, achievement, but this in itself, it's a lot to do with things that are very, very personal to you. And this in itself, it's also going to be directly responsible when it comes to you. Like this in itself, it's really going to be like a significant life experience in itself, which is going to require certain changes to be made. And this is why this is going to be such a powerful and quite unexpected revelation that you're going to have at the same time. It's going to help you to break through. It's going to help you to break free. But at the same time, this is going to make you aware of the fact how much you've learned about yourself spiritually within the last 2 or 3 years. Also, you're going to realize, oh my God, I really changed. I learned so much. I learned so much. After this moment in time, you need to remember you have to follow your heart. By following your heart, you're also not going to make an impulsive mistake when it comes to not trusting yourself. For example, this is going to help you to trust yourself a little bit more, but also it's going to like kind of help you to make choices from the heart. It's just so important. And also when it comes to the midweek, it's like a recovery from something, maybe some kind of illness. You know, you are going to see for the first time in an absolute ages that you are actually feeling better. And this is, I'm so glad for you. I'm so happy for you. Maybe you've been so tired lately. Maybe your energy would drain really quickly. Maybe something was hurting you really badly and it was affecting you so much. This is the first time where you're also going to be able to feel how much better you like kind of feel within yourself. And you're going to notice that there's some kind of ailment is slowly but surely going to start like feeling so much better. Do you know what I mean? Like you're not going to feel as bad anymore. And this is absolutely brilliant, my gorgeous Pisceline. Do not forget to drink as much water as you possibly can throughout this week. You will be very, very busy, but you are going to find water more beneficial than ever. And try to stick to bottled water, you know, rather than the actual tap water. Tap water is not really good. Bottled water in a glass without fluoride, of course, you know, it's very, very much better for you to actually take. So please just remember to drink as much water as you can indeed. And it's the perfect week, like when it comes to flushing out the toxins, you know, while you're drinking water. You're gonna flush out so many toxins while you're drinking water throughout this week, because the energies are gonna be absolutely superb. And when it comes to numerology and the number, you have got numbers 9 to 4. 9 to 4 are really pretty much so signifying the fact that you do need to drink as much water as you possibly can throughout this week, and in that way you are going to be able to see things so much more clearly, but at the same time you are going to flush a great deal of toxins out of your body, because the energies are going to be like up there, to be quite honest with you. By the time you get to the last part of this week, my gorgeous Piscelini, I mean, this is fantastic. Such a beautiful sign, such an unusual omen, an unusual sign, but it's gonna feel good. It's gonna feel amazing. Only special people can notice these omens, this type of omens. Only special people can notice this type of signs. This omen, this very special omen and very special sign that you are going to have, it's really going to open your eyes, and you will know what do you need to do. That omen is going to open your eyes, and it's going to remind you that now it's time to carry on with that plan. Now it's time to carry on with that plan that you attempted at some point in the past, long time ago. You wanted to start this so badly, but you couldn't. You didn't want it, or it just wasn't the right time. When now it's the right time, that omen, it's like, oh my God, this is going to be absolutely clear for you. So when you see that omen and when you see that sign, it's going to remind you of some kind of a plan that you need to now do again. It's either you had an attempt, either you attempted this before, or either it was so persistently on your mind, but now you're going to be reminded of this. And as soon as you're reminded of that, as soon as you're reminded from that, you are going to start the process of the release from bondage. You're going to start realizing something, this is like the beginning of an understanding, that you are reaching towards enlightenment. And all this, it's going to happen completely unexpectedly. Why? Because you're reaching the part of your life that is strictly connected to your destination. By the end of this week, by having this important clarity, by the end of this week, when you have this important clarity, this is also going to be pushing you and leading you on one hand, like kind of to make you realize that this is a welcome relief on one hand, and that you are slowly but surely going towards the very, very peaceful place in life. But then on another hand, it's also going to be, you're going to be drawn towards making a really, really important choice. You're going to be drawn towards making a really, really important choice. That important choice is, my gorgeous Piscelini, your destiny. Jump into it immediately. You will see exactly what I meant. Okay, my gorgeous Piscelini, thank you ever so much for watching my videos. I'm sending you brightest blessings, lots of love, healing, peace and light to every single one of you. Sasha Bonasin, psychic medium. Love you. Bye.